Love me, love my dad. Pran talk. I can't breathe. I open my eyes just to find that it's hard to move. Turning around, I glare at the sleeping guy resting his arm on my body. He puts all the weight on me comfortably without caring about how I could feel like having sleep paralysis. Bad. I call the culprit who has made him my arms and the right half of my body go numb, but he won't move. Bad. This time, I pinch his upper arm so hard the sleeping guy jumps. That hurts! The pain can wake you up. You should have used other ways. Pat grins, grasping the nape of my neck, pulling me down. Have you watched Sleeping Beauty? You're definitely the beast. I sputter, turning away. Give the beast a kiss. I suppress my smile and yield to his hand pulling me in. I let the wild dog play with my lips to his heart's content before nibbling his lower lip. We wouldn't be able to get off the bed if you nibbled me like this. I scrunch up my nose. Will you get up now? Yes, sir, Pat says mockingly, holding out his hand for me to yank him up. He kisses my cheek and pushes me towards the bathroom. He usually drags me to shower with him on the days we leave together. You're working out of town tomorrow, aren't you? I ask the person who buttons his shirt to finish dressing up. Yeah, for a week, Pat grumbles. If you weren't busy, I'll take you with me. You talk like a spoiled kid. I smile. I walk to him and at his hands before buttoning the rest. Then I grab the tie to put on him. All done, I say, looking up to see Pat locking his eyes on me the way it makes my cheeks burn. I mean it, he whispers. How do I sleep without you? Quit whining, I mutter, pinching his cheeks. Get your work done and come back. By the way, how is it assisting your friend at his company? You didn't tell me last night. Who robbed my chance of doing that? I frown, and Pat rubs his face on my cheek. Enough. So, it was okay. I trained the younger ones and assessed the projects. Things will probably be settled in a few months. Great! Learn a lot so you can start up your own company without a problem. Stop chatting, you'll be late. Okay, see you tonight. Will you sleep at your place for once? Your parents will be upset. He slept in my room for 2 weeks straight. It used to be every other day or every 2 days, but now he won't go home since no one says anything. Your home is mine. My home is yours. What's the difference? I roll my eyes. Did you ask your dad before saying that? I don't know. I don't care. Just leave already. I got short and pushed him out of the room. Fran, hmm? I look away from the screen of a trainee to the other employee. What is it? Your phone. Alright, I'll get it. I reply and leave the last message to the trainee next to me. Fix where I told you and save the file separately. Okay. I nod and head back to my desk. When I check my phone and notice Pat's missed call, I call him back right away. Pran, did you call me? What's the matter? Yeah, I have a favor to ask you. I lift my eyebrow, hearing his unusually agitated voice. What's wrong, Pat? Par broke her car. She gave me a call just now, but I'm still in the meeting. Where? I'll go there, I say, checking my watch. It's almost 7. Did you tell her not to get out of the car? I did. The car is on the road near the gas station at the XXX mall. Got it. Hanging up now. I'll call her. Drive safely, Pran. I'll give you a call right after I'm done. Okay, do well. I end the call and tell the trainees fixing their works that I have to go. Then I gather my stuff and take my leave early. On the way to the parking lot, I call Par and remind her to lock the car doors and stay put. I get in my car and hurry there. In 30 minutes, I arrive. pulling over behind Par's car. I leave my car in neutral and get down to knock on the window of Par's car. Seeing me, she smiles, unlocks the door, and steps out to stand next to me. Thank you, Pran. You're okay, right? I smile, ruffling her hair gently. I called the mechanics. They'll be here soon. Wait in the car and lock the door. Won't you wait inside together? It's dark. I'm worried. They're here. Get in the car, I say, holding out my hand. Give me the key. Par passes her key and walks around the car to get in the driver's seat obediently. I make sure she's locked the door before getting greeting the mechanics. After an inspection, we need to call a tow truck to transfer the car to the repair center. I deal with the document and everything for a while before handing Par's key to the mechanics. Then I hop in my car along with her. It's alright now, Par beams. Thank you, Bran. Things could have gone bad without you. Don't mention it, but you should get your car checked up from time to time. It's dangerous when you drive alone and your car breaks in the middle of nowhere. Okay. Once is promised in a sweet voice, I nod and fasten the belt. Let's go home. I park the car in my garage, turn off the engine, and open the door. I'm going to open the door for Par, but she's already out. Come on, I'll walk you home. Okay. The girl smiles and takes my arm as we walk to the next house. Before we reach the gate, Pat's car arrives. He opens the gate with a remote controller and lowers the car window to flash us a smile. Who's the girl you're walking with? I'm jealous. I sigh and put on a fake bored face while the mentioned girl clings to me and rests her head on my shoulder. Who's that gangster? How scary! Damn it, Par. I'd smack you if you weren't my sister. I'm not scared of you. Pran is my backup. Whose side are you, Pran? Their joke has gone too far. Damn these siblings. Cut it out. Drive inside now. Why are you pulling over right here? Okay, but don't go home yet. Let's eat together. Huh? I raise my eyebrow. Right, let's have dinner together. Dad and Mom are home today. Par says. Oh, see you inside, little Pran. Pat says with a grin before driving in without hearing another word. Won't any of them ask about how I feel about this first? What's with their sudden invitation? The last time I faced Pat's dad was around a month ago, and the tension was unbearably suffocating. Come on, Bran, let's eat! Par chirps and jerks my arm, dragging me into the house. Unaware of what kind of expression I have, I match her pace and take a deep breath. Let's go on with it, Pran. As I expected, the dining table is cloaked in silence, occasionally interrupted with Par's little chat and Pat asking me what I want to try. I actually joined their meals a couple of times, but without the presence of Pat's dad. I'm not exactly on bad terms with Pat's mom. Still, I didn't know what to say to her at first. We filled the meal times with some silent and awkward moments, but our relationship gradually got better. When we opened our hearts, the awkwardness kind of melted away. But for Pat's dad, would you like some more water? I offer, seeing his almost empty glass. Yes, thanks. I smile and reach out to take the glass, but Uncle Nui stops me short. Park and take care of that. I halt, my smile strained. I pull my hand back to my spoon and fork and meet Aunt Cow's gaze. She gives me a supporting smile. Well, what should we do now that Par's car broke down? Aunt Cow changes the subject. Right. Pat works out of town often, and I have cheerleading practice every day. Par chimes in, trying to lift up the mood. I can drive you, Uncle Nui suggests. It's going to be late, Dad. I don't want you to drive late at night. What should we do then? Just use my car. How would you get about that? Uh, I mutter in a rather respectful tone after listening to the conversation. I can drive her. Really? Will it trouble you? Aunt Cow asks, eyeing Uncle Nui. It won't. The university is near where I work. Are you sure? He shouldn't bother you. Uncle Nui says, eyes on his plate, forking his food. Pran won't think it's a bother. These two have always been close. There's no problem. Pat answers instead. He adds more food on my plate and says, We're leaving it to you, Pran. I nod and smile at Uncle Nui and Aunt Cow. Don't worry, I'll take care of her. Why don't you get down here so you won't have to walk so far? I asked Par once I pulled over in front of my house gate. The cheerleading practice was called off today so she could get home early. It's only been an hour after the sky went dark. Go on and park in your place. Yeah, the girl answers with a smile. I raise my eyebrow but says nothing, just driving forward as she suggested. Thank you for the ride, Pran, Par says when the car stops. Anytime. Come on, I'll walk you home. Let's have dinner together. I told my mom you'd join the meal before we left the uni. But just 2 days ago. Mom said she'd make your favorite. But I just ate at her place 2 days ago. Let's go! Par grins. She steps out of the car, makes her way to the back, and gestures me to come down. I sigh, kill the engine, and follow her. Is this family full of dictators? As always, the conversations during the meal are mostly begun by Par, Aunt Cow, and me. Respectively so, Uncle Nui remains silent the whole time and leaves the table once it's full. The only interaction we had since I stepped inside is, Good evening. Mm. It's been like this every time Par got home early and I had to join their dinner. Are you going to bed, Dad? I asked Dad once I walked through the hall and spotted him watching the TV in the living room. Dad nods at me and turns it off. Yeah. What about Mom? Sleeping, he says. She told me to tell you to have breakfast with your family tomorrow. Oh, Dad. She must be really upset. I had breakfast here 2 days ago, didn't I? I crack a smile. Why didn't you go to bed with Mom? I was waiting to talk to you. Come here. I lift my eyebrow in surprise. Why was he waiting for me this late at night? I walk over and sit on the chair beside him. What's the matter? Why do you want to talk this late? It's not like you ever had time for me. Pat stole all of your time, and you hung out at his place day and night. I smile. I've never imagined the day I can talk about that family with Dad without a fight before. Par's car will be done tomorrow. Hmm, Dad mumbles. How's your work? It's alright. Running a business is harder than I thought. You still wanna have a go? I nod. Yes. I guess SR will be over in my time since my ungrateful son is pursuing another path. I snicker. It seems like Dad is upset. Come on, Dad. I studied interior design. It's going to be hard for me managing a construction business. I told you to study engineering. My heart denied it. Your heart is a fool, Dad says, smiling faintly. The trace of weariness surfaces on his face, making my smile fade unconsciously. Don't worry about the company. I smile again, touching his hand. I will not abandon what you built. Dad smirks, glancing at me. Save your breath. This is my company. I can deal with it. Focus on your own thing. Oh, Dad, I whine, and we both laugh softly. Dad pats my head with his big hand, tells me to rest, and stands up. I watch his back disappearing slowly, with some warmth spreading in my chest. Ever since I was a kid, I've been watching his dignified back. As soon as I'm in my room, I sigh and plop on my bed. I massaged the area between my eyebrows to ease the tension I've endured for hours. It drained my energy. I revised the plan all day and it still couldn't be compared to this. Honestly, when I'm assigned to drive Par home, I wish to use this chance to get along with Pat's dad. However, it was uncomfortable to talk or even utter a word. I needed to rethink my words 10 times before I said anything. The tension was so terrible that I had no idea what to do. My phone rings as I knead my forehead, my eyebrows, and my temples. I shift and pick it up. What's up, Pat? Are you home? I just got back. I smile, getting up. Have you eaten? Yeah, I have. I'm also in my room. Yeah. Are you tired? Mm? You sound tired. I lift my eyebrow. What kind of voice did I use? No, I'm probably sleepy. I'm coming back the day after tomorrow. I'll give you an energy hug. You'll suck out all my energy. Pat laughs. I feel better now that I talked to him. So I listened to him telling me about this and that. Anyway, Pran, hmm? How is it with my dad? Your dad. I licked my lips, thinking of the softest word to describe the situation. Well, just the same, I guess. Did he do something that bothers you? No, I'm just thinking about topics to chat with your dad. I say honestly. I don't want him to keep hating me like this. He doesn't hate you. How could you say that? Didn't you catch his reaction when he saw me? I hope so. Are you uncomfortable? I'm not, I say quickly so Pat won't be worried. I just want to be closer to him. At least we should be able to have small talks or something. Thank you, Prad. For what? For doing this for me. It can't be compared to what you did. Hmm? Did you do something wrong? Why are you talking so sweetly? I roll my eyes. You're crazy. I'll shower you with my kisses once I'm back. Shut up. I'll take a shower now. Alright, good night. Mm, I mumble. Pause and decide to say one more thing. Hurry back. I hear him laugh and hang up. I frown when I receive a text popping up almost the moment the call ended. I love you. I read the short message a couple more times, lock the screen, and exhale. I feel like the pieces of my body scattered everywhere when they flopped on my bed are being put back together. I rub my hand over my face to gain some courage. Alright. In the morning, I wait for Par at her house an hour earlier than usual. I enter the house and see no one, so I take the liberty to seat myself on the couch in the living room. After 10 minutes of silence, I hear Uncle Nui walking down the stairs. Turning my head, I see him telling the maid to make coffee. Our eyes meet, but his face remains expressionless. He simply orders one more cup of coffee and strolls over to sit on the long couch next to my seat. Good morning. Hmm. Still short and blunt. Receiving the response that leads to a dead end, I pause and search for the topics I prepared since yesterday as best I can. Are you going to the company today? No, today I'm resting. Oh, I see, I mutter. The coffee is served just in time, so I thank the maid and sip on it. Pat's dad eyes me before lifting his own cup. You can drink black coffee? I raise my eyebrow and turn my head abruptly. My heart skips a beat. This is the first time he spoke first. Yes, I stayed up all night many times back in college days. You didn't get a proper sleep that you got knackered. I smile, recalling the time he accused me of being a drug addict. Yeah, there were lots of works to be done. I barely ate or slept, so I looked that way. Mm, I never thought someone like you could be with Pat. Pardon? I look up, uttering the reply in surprise. I thought the conversation has ended. You don't look like the type to be stubborn. Oh no, I'm pretty stubborn. And I hurt my parents a great deal. Are you sure about dating Pat? He's a good man. His true self helps me a lot. What do you mean? My lips curl up as I think of the face of the person I'm mentioning. Pat might appear playful and frivolous, but he pours his heart and soul into what he does. He's blunt, but never lies or badmouths anyone. He could be dirty and messy, but he never makes a fuss when ordered to tidy up. He's lazy, yet responsible. He never turns trivial matters into big deals. On the other hand, he turns those big deals into something that can be handled. When I'm stressed or pressured, Pat always helps me get through those situations. He doesn't solve the problems for me, but he cheers me up. I go on with a smile on my face as Pat's past actions flash in my mind. Meeting Uncle Nui's eyes, I shut my mouth. Did my blabbering annoy him? Well, something like that. Uncle Nui keeps his gaze on me a moment longer before flicking his eyes away. He sips his coffee and places the cup down. It seems he has good points as much as bad ones. Right, I laugh. But that's what makes Pat the Pat we know. Sounds like you know each other very well. We grew up side by side. Mm, he mumbles and frowns as if mulling over something. Is that why you think you can accept everything he is? It's not because I know him well that I can accept everything. I can accept him because I never expect perfection. His good and bad traits shape who he is. I press my lips together, feeling oddly embarrassed to compliment Pat in his own house. If he heard me, he'd wag his tail as his ears perked up. Pat knows no limit when expressing himself. He can control his face or emotions, and his straightforwardness tones down my stubbornness. While we talk, Uncle Nui takes a while before giving a response, and that makes me so excited that my hands get sweaty as I wait in silence. Are you really sure? Yes, I am. I hope it's not a misled inclination. His reply makes me go quiet. I nod without a word, though my heart screams otherwise. Yeah, Uncle Nui sighs deeply, leans his back on the cushion, and stares ahead. We stay quiet for minutes. I decide not to bother him anymore, letting him ponder whatever is on his mind. Eventually, he speaks first. Pat and I are not so different. We share the same personality. Yeah, I know. That's the reason why I believe Uncle Nui isn't as heartless as he looks, because he has a similar personality as Pat, my only lover. Oh, Bran! Par's voice cuts in, drawing my attention. The girl in a student uniform shoots a smile from the middle of the stairs. Why did you come so early? Wait a minute, I'll get my shoes real quick. It's alright, no need to rush, I can wait. I'll be right back, she says, hurrying down the stairs and turning right to the other room. I watch her with affection as Uncle Nui shifts and gets up. I stand up with him. I'm going to get changed. Take care of Par. Yes. Uncle Nui nods and spins. Before he takes a step, he leaves one last message. His words send warmth to my heart, making me unable to stifle my smile. Pot might have an endless list of bad qualities, but please take care of him as well. I'm stunned, completely speechless until he walks further away. I will! I shout after him once I've pulled myself together. If someone saw me right now, they'd think I'm crazy, since I'm standing with a big smile on my face in the middle of someone else's house. End of Love Me, Love My Dad.